back to the courtroom. What y'all think? I can't even check it yet, but y'all already know. Alright, it sounds cool. Hopefully while I was yapping in the beginning there, while I was loading, it was cool. It's FPG3 here, and I have arrived back in the Ace Attorney trilogy. And there's nothing else need to be said. Let's get back to what we were doing. I forgot we got tap day. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. Dang, she was wearing a hat too? Why nobody mentioned she was wearing a hat? She was wearing... What the heck? That just completely threw me off, bro. The photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic, or the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. She's clearly like, why didn't nobody mention she was wearing a hat though? Like, nobody has mentioned that. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. And the hat too? And so like, nobody's... Okay, I guess it's my job to point out that she's wearing the hat, because he's just ignoring the fact that she has a hat on her head. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intended third party. Aha, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Alright, now, like, who could it be? I think it's somebody we know. Can't be, right? This is back in the past, so, like, it can't really be anybody we most likely know. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Bruh, I hope we get this judge in the modern day, bro. He's so cool, bro. He cool, bro. He cool. He really better than the other judge. I don't know how many times I gotta say it, but he better than that bald man. He better. It's. Well, I ain't gonna get into that, man. I ain't about to. So as you can see, Terry Fawless had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't seem like he's the type of judge to give second chances, though. Because he be ready to call somebody guilty off rip. What do you mean, Alright. Let's go through this real quick, see what Armando have to say. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. So little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that makes that somewhere hidden that testimony in is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. Okay. Eyewitness is a college student. So now I'm thinking, the only college students we've been introduced to is Phoenix, because I'm pretty sure he would still be in college at this point, because Phoenix said before you get started all this was a year before his situation happened and he met Mia. So we know that Dahlia, you know, wasn't mentioned. But nah, hold on, it can't be. No way she would be there though, right? It'd have to be like a random college student. It's probably not. Yeah, maybe we be thinking a completely all field, you know, a female college student. That's right. Meaning she's a female and a college student, ma'am. Bruh. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on a witness statement. That is all. But what is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, huh? I mean, she's a female and a college student, sir. Why he keep saying it like people don't understand that, bro? If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. The victim is wearing that scarf in that photo, alright. So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. Not as dreary as the mood that's in the courtroom right now. That's crazy work. That joke didn't land, bro. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case. The point is that the area was quite damp. There were even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. You slipped and fell while you were on the bridge, bro. That's dangerous. Is that part of the witness testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. What? Ha! Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey! Watch where you spill your coffee! Court record, huh? Alright, so he just clearly just gave me a hint. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looked like she didn't remember about the scarf. I like how it's completely, when you in here with Mia, she has somebody that knows, right? But typically when you in there with Phoenix, you got Maya or maybe Pearl on your side. You know, they're not really any help. I mean, yeah, really, like, there's really not much help going on there. Unless Maya turns to Mia, and that's like different. From what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, man. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which was explained why the scarf was covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. Alright, I got a feeling, bruh, that it's most likely this. Because I'm gonna be honest, from this picture alone, bro, you wouldn't think that she got stabbed or anything like that. But yeah, and there isn't much to go off here. So it's either this picture, which I feel like it's this picture, because it's not, it can't be the scarf. Like, there's no way it's the scarf. It's definitely not this. We just got this, so I feel like it's this picture. Has to be. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found out in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Look at Edward's face. He knew I didn't found something. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day? I'm gonna be honest. Look at her jacket. It don't even look wet. It just looked like it was not wet at all. It don't look like there's you couldn't really tell that it was no type of rain or something. It just she looked dry. Like you can't even, you would at least see like her hair would look wet. Like her hair looked dry too. Like naturally the answer is right here. The victim's coat. As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was wet all over. It was all wet. And then on top of it, I said he pushed her down and then stabbed her. Like, it would be some sign that, you know, if the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day, I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befooled. How did you fell, bro? Mud in your beard is crazy work. I'm not gonna lie. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Bro, what? Fortunately, I've yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. You proved that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Ha! A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Yeah, like, here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf, obviously. What else would it be? The evidence is this scarf. Ah, it should be obvious. If the scarf fell into the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. Novice bimbo is crazy. Edward getting disrespectful, bruh. Miss Faye, assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Ha! You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando? No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness testimony that states she saw the moment of the murder. I just gotta go back to this picture. Why is nobody mentioning that she has a hat on? Like, y'all think that matters? Am I just pointing, like, am I just focusing on something that really doesn't matter right now? Cause like, nobody's talking about the hat. Nobody at all. just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence, it's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. The court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. The false evidence in this case is the... What y'all think it is? I'm not gonna lie, the angle this look is kinda insane, right? How, like, if it's foggy, how is you even getting that clear of a picture to begin with? This don't even look real. Like, now when you really think about it, like... Or... It has to be the testimony, yeah. It has to be. Because regardless how I feel about this picture, it would have to be the testimony, bro. It's clearly not this one. The body was clearly in the trunk. Yeah, but we gonna go with the testimony. I think it's the testimony. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. I like how everybody in the courtroom, besides Phoenix, has something to do that doesn't involve slamming it that, well, Godot be slamming a coffee cup down. Never mind. That's true. Ha! It's not just true, it's the truth. There was a truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. Testimony presented so far is not only vague but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. Sigh, you should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding a witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kinda worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Okay, who was it? Let me see. Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Dog, it is her! Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Now I'm trying to remember. Wasn't in the very first episode, didn't they say she was involved with some type of other murder before the Phoenix thing went down? Dog, it really is her, bro. Now we really, like, how can you believe what she say? She's a liar and a manipulator. All she does is lie. Like, bro, these Hawthorns, bro. Bro. No one. Let me not disrespect you. You ain't do nothing but your job. Yeah, it's your family member. There's something seriously wrong with her. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? Bro, you look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes. She got the judge, bro. All the judges is like her, bro. It's nothing we can do, bro. Her, bro. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Alright, bro, calm down, bro. calm down, bro. Get your freaky self in check, bro. Hey, not so fast. Sorry. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. Yeah, that's the complete opposite what she is. We know what she is. We're familiar with your game, pal. We're not falling for what you got going on. You know, at first, when we first met Dahlia, we was all, you know, we didn't believe she was really like that. The way she was talking, you know, it was kind of suspicious, but we know that's all a facade, bro. She faking it, bro. I will ask the court to please exercise care with stressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Ashworth. Miss Faye, you can learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. What? Why is it kind of worded like that? Is it me, or like, am I thinking something crazy right now, or is that kind of worded in the way that it? You know what? Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? Her name is Melissa Foster. Yo, she's lying. Bro, that's not her name. Dog, she lied. Yo, I'm a college student, freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? You were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? Wow, how can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this has taken. Bro, is she up here? Yo, she's really lying, bro. That's really not her name, bro. That's how, yeah. That's if we didn't know she was lying about what happened before. Now, I just want to know, what was she actually doing there? What was she really doing there that day? Cause I don't understand, bro. She intentionally did this. Yeah. Now, given her history, I don't think he did anything now. I think he's completely innocent now, bro. Because not only is she lying, because we know her real name. But why would she have a reason to kill her family member, though? Why would she do that? We about to find out. Is she staring at me? You would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Faye. I see. So you are... Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Bro, nah, this is crazy. I was not expecting to see her again so soon, bruh. I mean, I know her name got mentioned earlier, so it's wild, y'all. Witness photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers, and I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. Hmm. Would you even get service up there? Like, bruh, it's raining hella hard. Like, I don't know, man. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right. Bruh, how? If that was in the way, how would she see the bridge? I mean, nah, she definitely could see it. But like, it's weird. I don't know, it's weird, man. It's weird. It's a weird situation here. I'm standing in the beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. She'd have to back up to see it, but like, it wouldn't even be guaranteed that she'd still see it. I don't know, bro. So you took the photo from that location, huh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Yo, stop, yo. Yo, stop flirting in here, bro. Stop trying, like, how old is he, yo? Listen, she out of your age range, buddy. She 19, but relax. Calm your freaky self down, bro. Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gravel. Dog. Why she always just got the judges in the palm of her hand, bruh? They believe she can't do no wrong, yo. The things you get away with if you a girl, you look a certain way, yo. I swear. Alright. You gonna run through that. Terry Fall isn't a criminal. And there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. The girl has the judge wrapped around her little finger. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountains is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. Bro, you always talk about your beard. Worry about the hair on top of your head. What's going on with that, bro? What's going on with that? I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. You mind if we got back to facts of the case, Your Honor? Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. Bro, why are you justifying her actions by saying everyone is like that? Like, what, bro? Everyone is kind of like that. Everybody just don't know how to mind their business, but that don't. Why you gotta come to her defense though? I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them, especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. How do you ask that? Oh, I just thought maybe you ever heard what they said. Yo, come on with that, yo. Yo, why is she crying, bro? How does she know how to do that on demand like that, yo? I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. But you was watching them fight. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Like, she was watching them fight, but you got too much class to hear. Alright, bro. Did you take a photo? The two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lot of me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So he wanted to be a comedian, y'all. Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. And right after that, I called the police. Okay. Oh wait, I tapped A by accident. Let me go back to that real quick and press that. You called the police? Yes, because it looked at me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, huh? Alright. I know what it is. Clearly she's lying, because they're not fighting in this at all. They're just standing there. They don't even look like they're about to fight. She's clearly just lying. Witness. You said you took a photo of the crucial moment. Is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testify that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo was we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. No. My apologies, young lady. Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? You see, the camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Everything is not about you, bro. You don't gotta add your sense into everything, dog. We don't care. Please, no details. Seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. But wait, just a minute. Well, she had no film left. She couldn't very well take more pictures, huh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. A photo of the incident you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well done. Let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Ha! Looks like the other kid in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Cause dog, what am I watching, bruh? Okay, so we got new things. We got new stuff to press. The victim. Why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better to turn her back on the criminal. Yeah, like, obviously, why would she turn her back on the criminal? This is a large, powerful man with a knife. If I had been a Quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy? Why you? If I had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with this testimony. Bruh, she a police officer. You telling me she wouldn't have a gun on her? Like, it's just so weird, bro. It's weird. They're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from her. Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swing back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Ha, does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. Because that's... It's clearly this. It's clearly this, bro. When you look at the map, bro, there's just no way. There's no way she would have been able to see that. I just don't know if the boards is, you know, because that's wood, obviously. If it's raining, like, everything about this is off, bro. This is all just off. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. Mia don't care about none of that. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. If they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5 because Dusty Bridge is collapsed on that side. What? But what does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This is beautiful, young lady has been lying to the court.
Objection!
Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying, I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous. You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Ah, that guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram on the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. How is it reckless, though? Like, the judge just be chatting. Because how, the way he gave it, he didn't make it seem that way. So it's not a reckless, it's not reckless at all, honestly. He just, buddy chat. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. Alright, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Bro. This girl, bro. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. And he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could have made sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body at the top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witness. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Ha! That's what I'd like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye, your cross-examination. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Alright. Pressing her immediately. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall. Of course she didn't fall down the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photos wouldn't make any sense. Well, it clearly don't make sense. Because y'all was saying earlier she got pushed in the back. This scarf, how do you explain this then? He picked her up, carried her to the car. Where that picture at, bro? Where that picture at? The scarf is gone and the hat is gone. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking a witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Ha! We're one step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? You personally witnessed that. Yes. Now anything strange happened when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not. That's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean this scarf? The words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why do you get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Why do you say that? It's already broken down. It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would have been going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but the mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks? They just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing a prisoner uniform, but as for his face? So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent! You're a remarkably honest young woman. Dog. See, this the type of guy that the young girls be looking for, bruh. He gladly handing her all his money, bruh. Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey kid, have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Get what, bro? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring it out the rust in something. Bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all. You just had to clarify that, huh? Oh, I did not mean to do that. That right there, that's this right here. A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. He could have just let it fall into the river. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Those bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah, in the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order. Is that the first time we heard him say that so far? I feel like it's the first time we heard him say that. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown a body into the river. Oh, well, Mr. Edgeworth? Sigh, how sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who the heck is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. Okay. Carry over. We will continue. Okay, let's press that real quick. What did the man do then? Well, naturally he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you called the police. You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. She's just such a liar, dog. Why do you say that? Oh, no, I did not mean that. Did not mean to do that. Dog. It's just clear, like how many times do I gotta tap this picture? I done tapped this picture like 5 times already. How many times? The map is the key to everything. Like, it's the key. It's the key. It's the key. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. Crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes. It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken a photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could have not possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? What, bro? Boss you? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusion. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. As the witness in the murder, I'm sure you can appreciate the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. There you go, his violent karma is showing. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair! Ha! Save the tears for later, kid. Mr. Armando! Don't look back. No, don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair! Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of a stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on the side of the courtroom. Well, witness? I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there are the remarks left on the trunk lid. Certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. Bro, are we blind? Dog. That was there the whole... Bro, I lie to you not, I didn't see that. I lie to you not, I wasn't keeping the signs. I wasn't scanning the environment properly because I didn't even see that up there. Dog. Unless the game just pull a fast one and just suddenly made that appear in the photo, bro. I swear I didn't look up there, bro. That's crazy. It's true. He certainly looked like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. The judge is always on her side, bro. He's always... She could be guilty and he is still probably let her free. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? I don't buy it though. Like, cause how? they keep giving her the benefit of the doubt after like giving her chance after chance after chance. Like it's clear that she's lying, bro. I don't care how upset you are after you've seen some. First, she lied about seeing them about to fight. The earlier testimony said she fell, but she's saying she didn't fall. For some reason, he carried her to the trunk of the car. After stabbing her into the back, you telling me a police officer, if she turned around, it's just a lot of cat going on, bro. It's a lot of cat going on, bro. But I don't think it works, bro. I just don't buy it. Like, I just don't. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in the field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her. Ha! I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness has seen the scratches was she wasn't passing by. She put the corpse in herself. She's the owner of the car. I don't think this is it. I feel like it's definitely possible that she could have done this though, but how? It just don't make sense for her. No way she's that strong to carry a dead body. So but then again, maybe it is that. Cause that now I'm thinking about it, right? If he was there, because it was clear that he was there, I guess, right? Because there's the photo there. Maybe him and her was on the same side, and she told him to carry her to the car. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with that one though, because the owner of the car thing so yeah. There's only one way the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really had the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Flawless had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Flawless that put the body in the trunk. No. Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Now is your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may have not been pushed by Mr. Foster herself. We know this. Let's take another look at this camera and show what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she bought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? I'm gonna be honest. She would have to have been in this area. But the problem is, well, going off our memory, right? In the beginning during the trailer, it was the picture. Like we seen the little video picture thing. So technically, she was on the bridge. It would technically be her because she was clearly there. So my guess was, going off what we know from like literally the preview in the episode, the lady had the gun. Somebody did fall into the river. We remember seeing that. We gotta go with that. Got to. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, Miss Faye. What on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could have only been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course Miss Fowler's met with the victim. Mr. Fowler, I said Miss. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Fowler. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness photos were taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Fawless met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It makes sense though, right? It makes sense. Because all of a sudden she said, suddenly the scarf fell off. In reality, she took the scarf off. The hat that nobody seems to be mentioning is covering her face a little bit, so he really can't tell that it's her. And then on top of that, the fact that this is muddy, and before they said she fell, that means her coat would also be a little muddy as well. On top of that, in this picture, her hair is not wet at all. It's like she's been in there for a minute, probably. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on a mountain that day. Mr. Fawless himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman who testified helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has been 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You were just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Fawless had forgot what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. The scarf. Mr. Fawless had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mary. I said Mary. It was Mr. Fawless who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No. Oh. I know she ain't just faint, bruh. She really just fainted. That's crazy work. Where's Miss Foster? She collecting herself in a lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Ha! Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both away in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well. This court is in recess. Alright, we're going to end the video we got it with it to be continued. So we was going to end the video. Anyway, alright. We're actually ending the video here, y'all. So like, share, subscribe if you're new. Turn post notifications on. I want to know, is her real name going to get exposed? It's probably going to get exposed after the recess, because we know that's Dahlia Hawthorne. We know they are relatives. We know that. It's just, how are they about to go about doing this? But this is interesting. I want to know, is this going to be like this for the entire thing? No way, right? It's going to go back to Phoenix eventually, right? Because I don't know. That mean it would just end here, and this would be too short of an episode for episode 4. So, yeah, I don't think it's about. I think it's still a lot more that we need to get into. But alright, y'all. Again, like, share, subscribe, new, turn post notifications on. I'm out. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day.